It's Callie again, postpartum with Fit Coach. Mom stuff. I just thought about so many mom things I had to talk about. So let's talk about sleep sacks, swaddles. What is this thing called? What is this called? Marshmallow packs and halo sacks. I don't know, you guys, there's so many different solutions for sleeping, right? So here's me and my husband. We have a almost 13 and 15-year-old now, a 12 and a 14-year-old, and we just had baby Q, who's 4 months. So we've got this huge gap in our babies, right? And when we had our first little ones, you guys, we listened to like the 5 S's. Did you guys do this? The shushing, the swaying, the swaddling, the swatting, and the something else, shush, I don't know, some other 5. But one of them was Swaddle to keep your kids comfortable. And we didn't have all this that we were like listening to and researching all the time. So we kind of just figured it out. For swaddling, I was like, we had Quincy and we went to a little postpartum meeting, you know, with the nurse. And she's like, okay guys, like there's these cool swaddle sacks now. And we're like, no. We've got this. Like, we're veteran parents. Of course we know how to swaddle. We're so good. Perfect waffle blanket, you know, with the one over and then the one up and around the shoulder and the other one, and you like wrap it around, you tuck it in, and you're like, yes, I'm a swaddle master. Anybody else out there? We were swaddle masters. We were sure of it. So we swaddle mastered our faces off for the first, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. And in a pack of hand-me-downs, I had one of these given to me. This is a little swaddle sack. It's called Swaddle Me, and it's a size small, and it's so tiny now. But maybe your baby's so tiny, it was so big at first. And I was like, all right. Like, I'll try it this once, because what happens is your baby wakes up 400 times a night. Not really. But at first I was like changing his diaper when he would wake up. And now I'm thinking, why did I ever do that? Because I disrupted him so much more, and it's just a diaper and he's only sleeping for so long. But we were doing that at first. So I'm like, I'm having to unswaddle him and re-swaddle him and do the thing and do the whatever. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use a swaddle sack. So this little thing, pretty BA for when they're tiny, right? You just stick their little nugget legs right in here. And then you like trap down their arms and put one over, and then whoop, wrap this one as tight as you can. Cool things about the Swaddle Me sacks, you guys, is that there's this little hole here. And I was like, what's that all about? My baby does not have a tail. He doesn't have a tail. But it's for the car seat. So you stick this in the car seat and you stick the little belts in here. I could show you guys live, but I'm not going to. So let's just say this is the car seat. You stick this little piece and then you stick your baby in the car seat. It looks like this. This is the little seat belt piece, and put their little, like, strap them all in, completely in, right? Now they're in the car seat. This is underneath the straps, and then their little legs right here. And then you put this up, put this up, and put this over, and it literally looks like your baby's a little hot dog sitting in the car seat, but he's completely strapped in, totally safe. Awesome for traveling and sleeping. Freaking love that. That's one good thing. One bad thing about the Swaddle Me is that if you do change your baby at night, I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, this noise, well, okay, that was lame sauce, but like they're sleeping and this is super tight. And you're like, keep sleeping, baby. And it's like, they don't keep sleeping versus the other swaddle. So this is where I started after I decided I didn't need to be a ninja swaddler, and I loved it probably up until like 3 months, you guys. And then Quincy, he is super freaking tall. He grew out of that. It was like to here. So he's like, I'm like, swaddle me right here. It's not working, but he loved to be swaddled. So another one of my friends gave me one of these bad boys. This is called the Halo Sack. Looks like the other one, but let me just show you how much bigger it is. And it gives them more wiggle room below. So like this one really traps their legs in a little like hot dog position. This one, it traps their body, but then it has a lot of flowy room for the little footsies. So same concept, except for you can just be a little bit more versatile with this one. So you zip them up, boop, in their little outfit. And I like this because I can zip him up when he's like eating or playing at the end of the night, and I still have his cape on. He's like a superhero, right? And then when he's ready to go to bed, I just lay this out and once again, flop one side over it and the other side as tight as I want. You can do hands down. You can do hands right here so they can eat their hands, or you can do hands out. And then it's so cute because your little body's like this, waffled in, right? But then Quincy's little feet are like all over the place. So it starts to teach them a little bit of freedom and mobility, but still having their top halves like sucked in, right? So this is the, like I said, the sleep sack swaddle with the Halo sack. And I got, like, we had to order another one because I only had one and we were using it every single night. So a little bit bigger than the other one. Here's your full demonstration. Size 1, quite a bit bigger. Size 2. This one worked better for Quincy because he's so tall. Okay, so I had baby boy in this a couple nights ago. And here's what happened. He's not rolling yet. He's 4 months old right now. He's not rolling yet, but he's getting close. So when he's swaddled in, you guys need full demonstration for this. When he's swaddled in, he'll start doing this, the fish arch, right? Where he's laying there and he's and I'm like, oh my God, okay, so what happens? Because he sleeps in his crib, nothing's in there, right? He's in the center of the bed, blah, blah, blah. He's like got like nothing that can get in his way. But what happens when he and like actually flips himself over and he's like a fish on his belly, like I just didn't imagine that would be good. So I asked my doctor about it yesterday. We went in for his appointment and she agreed. You really don't want to swaddle a baby that knows how to roll, and he's going to be able to learn how to roll soon. So, and also I'm not doing good with sleep training. I just don't like listening to him cry, so I just get up with him. Sometimes he sleeps, like I have this video I just posted. I'm like, my baby sleeps through the night. He doesn't. He did like once or twice. Okay, he's done it 4 times total so far. He will sleep for 8 hours at a time. And then other nights, he's like, surprise, mom, I'm up, I want to party at like midnight. And I'm like, no, cool, not right now, dude. So she said I need to make sure I get better at letting him learn how to fall asleep. And with that, I'm gonna do personally. We're gonna cry it out for 3 nights. We actually did night 1 last night, which wasn't even crying. It was more like, pick me up, and I was like, no, I'm not picking you up. And then like for 30 minutes, he was like, mom, and like never really even a scream. And then he went back to sleep. So that was pretty amazing. But the point being is that while I'm training sleeping through the night, I'm also gonna train no swaddle, because why do it twice, right? So you guys, let me introduce you to what I call the marshmallow pack, AKA the magic sleeper. And I'm gonna take you guys up there to see him, but oh man, can I do this? It's probably not even, look at this. I'm watching him right now. That's his marshmallow sack. So it's like this little weighted, have you guys seen the Christmas Story where the kid puts on all of the clothes? Right? And he's like trying to like waddle out, he's got all of his snowsuit stuff on. That's what it looks like. And it's a little bit heavy. So like he can move, he can get his hands in his arms, but like, it takes all this effort. So it kind of just flops him right there. Now, if he flopped in his tummy, he still has his arms to be able to use. So if he rolled over, he'd have that. It's supposedly, it helps either heat their bodies or cool their bodies. And we tried it yesterday for the first time for one of his naps. He did awesome. Last night, he fell asleep with it like barely even whining at all. He did wake up, like I said, into the and then I feed him after 3. So I fed him when he woke up the second time. Today during his nap, I just laid him down like full on awake and kind of fussy. And it took him like 8 minutes of fussing before he was finally like, oh. And now he's been sleeping for 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna show you guys what the sack looks like because it's super cool. And I think it's worth it. I think the only feedback would be that the little hands and feet aren't covered. So you wanna put something, if it's cold out, like little gloves on their hands or the little pajamas that flip over their little hands and feet. So come on, we're gonna go see. We're gonna go see him. You guys be quiet though. Don't wake him up. He's still sleeping. I don't think I can flip my camera. Can I? No, I can't. This is his room. This is his nursery. It's white. I like a white nursery. Look at this baby. I put little socks on him. But look at, he's like a little marshmallow man. And it just makes him feel so comfortable. Oh, there's a little movement. It's called this Merlin sleepwear. Look, I'm talking and he's not even waking up. Marshmallow suit. He's so cute, huh? So, I am whispering. I am only on day 2 of the marshmallow suit, but I'm digging it. So for my new mamas out there trying to figure out what the hell to do, because there's so many options, that's what I'm going to recommend. Those are the 3 things that I've really enjoyed so far. And just so you guys know, I know that the bed looked funky because I'm washing his sheets and I have him sleep on silk sheets or a silk Like usually that pillowcase is just for him to play, but I was watching him on here so I can see him the whole time with the little pillowcase. But usually I just have the silk sheet on there because it makes it so his hair doesn't fall out as much. And he's got really, really freaking cute hair. So hopefully that helps with your sleep conundrums or not conundrums. And those are my recommendations. So Halo Sack, the little one was called Swaddle Me, and it's just a sleepwear, right? I think those are at Target. The Halo Sack we got on Amazon, and then the Merlin's Magic Sleep Sack, I have no freaking clue. A friend gave it to me, and I just look up Marshmallow Pack. Just kidding, that's not gonna be on there. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a most beautiful day, and good luck with your little wee ones if you're watching this because you have a baby. And if you're watching this and you don't have a baby, I'm not really sure. Maybe you just learned about this stuff for somebody else. I don't know. All right, Callie Carroll, postpartum with Fit Coach. Oh my God, I gotta go.